because residents of Manhean and its adjoining communities set lorry tires ablaze and blocked roads linking the communities to the central business district. The residents say their complaints about the poor state of their roads have not yielded any results. They say they have been compelled to resort to demonstrations to get their roads fixed. JoyNews' Maxwell Agbagba monitored the situation and has come through with this report.
It's rather a chaotic scene here at Ablekuma Bokoboko and its adjoining communities like Manhean. Residents here are setting tires ablaze right in the middle of the road. They are protesting over bad roads. In fact, when we're driving here, we have to go through some deep gullies that run through the middle of the road. The residents today are saying they are going to prevent any commercial or private vehicle that's going to the central business district of Accra. And that is exactly what they are doing.
Even the students, they are going to school. They can't even, they are making late. Always the teachers are complaining why the children are making late. So I think government should come and do something about it.
Did you think this is the best way to go about this? Is it the best way to get your issues resolved?
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. I think if we do. Yeah, you see, right now, that is the petrol, we are going to put it, and the diesel. So I think if you do this, I think it's better so that government will see what is going on. So
some thick smoke billowing right from the middle of the streets. Commercial activities here have been grounded to a halt. Residents here will not allow any commercial vehicle to move to the central business district.
But they did not. You see, they did not. Who is this one? Who is he? Who is he? I said, who is he? I said, who is he? Sit down. Who is this one?
As the chief of this area, he was nearly arrested by the police. They nearly bundled him into their vehicle, but he's lucky to be here now. Chief, what is the problem here in this community?
The problem over here is there are some things which is going on in the area, we don't understand it.
Complaining about this road. How long have you been complaining?
We've been complaining it for long. We've been complaining it for quite about 16 years ago. They usually make demonstration in the area. And at times, we usually went to the assembly and give reports at the assembly. But they'll give us information that they will come in to do it. But rather, they will not do it.
Location here at Ablekuma Manhean, where residents have set a number of tires ablaze. What police officers have moved into this community and they are trying to find a solution to this. They want to quench the fire, but these residents here will not allow them to do their work. In fact, we can turn so you can see the fire in the background. A number of tires set ablaze by the residents here in this community. Police officers here are finding it very difficult to move in here.
Our road is very, very bad. And this is not the first time this thing as a demonstration is going on. Last 3 years, 2014 to be precise, June 27th, I organized a demonstration here myself. Before then, we went to the MCE at Amasaman. Then the MCE, he was Samuel Atukwe. That's his name, Samuel Atukwe. We went to him with my team. We went there. Now, he assured us that the road is already given to contract. And in my own presence, he called the woman that is the contractor, because it was by this time in June, July. She said after the rain stop, that's August, September, they will come and do the road. But still up till now.
The roads here do not only pose a challenge to residents living in this community. Public Relations Officer of the Greater Accra Police says it can also pose an impediment to police mobility in this community.
To be told, because a place like this, usually when the roads are very bad, it creates some form of impediment in combating crime. Because if you have to go and respond to distress situation or distress calls, we remember this area, there was this amount room and what have you. You know, this was a typical situation that we found there, and robbers and criminals took advantage, you know, to commit all sorts of crimes. So this one, you don't need to be told. It is very obvious that it really impedes our work. What time? When we even got here, it took us a longer time, you know, driving all from the main streets up to this place.
The residents here have actually blocked the main road. These people here, I mean, if you want to go to the other side of this community, you would have to cross this little stream here before. You cannot use the main stretch. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. We cannot cross the road because there's thick smoke billowing from the middle of the road as a result of the ties that have been set ablaze. We just have to do this. We have no choice.
You see? You see?
I beg, let's go. I beg you, let's go.
Oh, don't shake it. I'll take you to go.
Okay.
But what you going to do?
Oh, no, don't do that. I beg you. Don't do that. Don't do that.
What's the internet? Hello, internet. You see?
Yeah.
Maxwell Agbagba is our man who's been following this issue. He joins me shortly in the studio to tell us more. But last week, Latif Idris, who's also been following and monitoring events on this road, he visited the area and he's come through with this report. We can listen to that and do more discussions on this.
The journey to Manhean is supposed to be short, but it can really be long and frustrating. It should not take more than 10 minutes, but due to the bad nature, commuters have no option but spend close to an hour enduring the bone-shaking bumps on the road. Manhean Road is in a class of its own. No asphalt, no bitumen, it's just red soil leading somewhere. We are about starting the grueling journey on a rather convoluted, little over 5-kilometer stretch of road from Ablekuma to Manhean. Now, I would like you to join me on a commercial vehicle for an experience of what the people of Manhean and its environs endure on a daily basis. So let's get on board, get this agonizing experience. Passengers who join the Manhean-bound vehicle always do so with fright because they know what awaits them once they make it to Ablekuma Curve. Commuters and residents have had to endure the rather bad road for some time now. The sorry situation gets even more chaotic when it rains. Drivers are compelled to get creative on this stretch, carefully maneuvering their way through meandering paths. On a rainy day, the road gets muddy and slippery. A lot of vehicles get stuck. Drivers lament how they spend much cash replacing damaged parts of their vehicles. Is it a ball joint or something? This man, Odo, is struggling right in the middle of the road to fix his car.
It's costing me because that ball joint has break. I have to go to Abasokai and buy a new one. But right as I'm speaking now, I won't get money to buy it. So I sent to welder And what is for me?
In fact, we plead the government. We plead. So they have to do.
As a driver, how is the road impacting on your business?
In fact, I've been my spring has been broken day to day. My spring, 4th of spring, 4th of. I said, my man, you know, be easy. So this road, then for do this road give us.
The impact on productivity is enormous. Drivers move at 30 speed on this road. Workers and students are always late.
The road is very bad, and I'm pleading on the government so that they can help construct this road.
Does it affect you in any way?
Yeah.
How?
We take about 1 hour before reaching the main junction, so we become late to school. So I'm pleading on the government so they can help construct this road.
My job begins at 8:30, and guess what? Sometimes I get a car around 6:30 and I get to La Paz at 8:30. So it really takes my time. Due to the bad nature of the road, it consumes time and you get to work all tired.
And you can testify. In the car, it's shaking. So what I will say is, it's not good. We are suffering.
We suffer like almost 20 years now. Why? 20 years now. Why? 20 years.
For the residents who frequently use the road, it is a daily struggle.
Recently, there is a certain pregnant woman who is about to deliver. When they are sending her to Oduman Government Hospital, she just fainted on the car, and she delivered on the car, which is very bad. It seems like we those over here, we don't vote. And when it reaches election time, everybody will come, you can vote for me, we'll do this road. It seems like we are not on the map.
There are even worse cases among pregnant women.
I saw clots of blood and quickly rushed to the hospital.
This woman has been living in Manhean for barely 5 months now.
5 weeks into my pregnancy, after traveling to and from work back home, I felt a sharp pain in my abdomen. I went to the washroom and that was the end of my pregnancy. I saw clots of blood and quickly rushed to the hospital. And the doctor said I have had a miscarriage. In fact, it was bad. I felt bad. It's been 5 months now, and my husband and I have been trying so hard, in fact so hard, for me to get pregnant, but it is not working, and it's all because of this route.
It's as if we are in a village. Our husbands are unable to perform their sexual responsibilities due to the bone-shaking experience on the road. My pregnancy has even been affected by the bumps on the road.
The assemblyman of Manhean electoral area, Malik Abbas, says the residents have been insulting him for not doing enough to improve the state of the road.
We are in the rainy season, and the road has moved from bad to worse. Life is very unbearable. And I can tell you, believe me, that people keep calling me every morning, afternoon, evening about this our road. Sometimes the insults. Even my family members, they can't even come out because of this road. Because the moment they see them, they rain insults on them. So it's a very serious situation.
Until this convoluted road is fixed, the residents would have to endure the daily struggle of what is rather an agonizing journey on this road. Latif Idris, JoyNews, Manhean in the West Municipality.
Well, Maxwell Agbagba is representing here in the studio. He will tell us more because he's also being into the area and he's just returning from that area. Maxwell, you're welcome on the post. But I can imagine the agony the people go through to trigger this kind of protest.
Well, Aisha, I really underestimated what the situation was.
Until you got there.
Until I got there. You know, when we got there, I mean, a stretch that's supposed to take us like about, 7 minutes. We ended up using about 20 minutes, getting into the community itself, and right in the middle of the road. Surprising though that there are gullies like running, through the middle of the stretch, not even on the shoulders of the road, where you'd say that, okay, so vehicles do not use this stretch,
but
so that is fine.
Right in the middle.
In the middle of the road. And I think the potholes on that stretch, they've degenerated into something, or maybe perhaps manholes or something, because
or wells or valleys.
Definitely, I think that's the best word, to describe, them. And they don't just come like maybe one or maybe two. They are all over on that. They come in chains, all over on that particular stretch. Residents tell us that prior to the elections, some earth moving machines were brought on to level that place, but it looks like
as
after the rain sets in again,
definitely,
it has gone back to its its bad state. They say that for them, it's not. There's no time for any respite for them, because in the raining season, that's when the potholes come out very clear. That's when you have a lot of cars getting into those potholes, and even in the dry season also, the road become very muddy. Become very dusty, I must say. So for them, there's no, any kind of respite, for the residents there. So that's why today they decided to take their destiny into their own hands and then, protest over these bad roads. I must say that there were several, roadblocks on the stretch. So we had one community, the first community that we witnessed the roadblock was Boko Boko, Ablekuma Boko Boko.
Yeah.
And then the second place was Ablekuma in Saki, now we are told. And then the third place we hear was in the Manhean township itself. You had to take police personnel, a lot of tact to be able to get the young men who were protesting to calm them down. It took them a lot of time to calm them down. In fact, they had to call for reinforcement. At the time that we were leaving the scene, we saw some crowd control vehicles moving into the community. At the second roadblock that was in the Insakina area itself, there were a lot of people on the streets. Commercial activities were grounded to a halt. So it looks as though, community people did not actually go to work on that day, and they just sat down and, wanted to, protest. And I think it was that if you live in the community and you actually want to go to work, you don't want to be part of the protest, they would stop you.
Okay.
Because
you definitely must be part of the protest. But looking, if what we saw is something to go by, then it means this is very chaotic. Even listening to the woman who lost her pregnancy and all of that. But how do they intend to push government to heed to their demands?
Well, for them, they say that they've done the talking. And now it's time for them to walk the talk. They say enough of the rhetoric, because as I mentioned earlier, prior to the elections, they had some assurance that the roads will be fixed, very, very soon. But that did not happen, and the road has gone from its bad state to worse state right now. So the only thing that they can do is to prevent other residents who are living in the community not to be able to access the central business district. What they can do is to prevent drivers from plying that route today, and that's exactly what they did. So right in the middle of the road, they set ties, alight, lorry ties, alight. So for the second roadblock that we came across, you couldn't move at all. You cannot cross to the other part of the road. So and on the shoulders of the road too, there's a river on the left side, there's another river on the right side. So the only thing that you'd have to do is to pay 2 cedis to some volunteers who are willing to ferry you from one point to the other. So that's the point where
I saw somebody carrying.
I was compelled to actually pay 2 cedis to go to the other side, and then pay 2 cedis to come back to the other side. If you're a resident living in that community today, because the roadblocks are there and the ties are burning, thick smoke billowing, you can definitely not walk through, it. And it took the police a lot of effort to be able to, quench that fire, Aisha.
So were you able to speak with the MCE of the area? What is he doing about the situation?
We couldn't get the MCE, but we were able to have interactions with the assembly member for the area. He tells us that they've done a lot to get that road fixed, but it looks like help is not coming from anywhere. He says sometime yesterday in the evening, that was when they got information that residents will be embarking on a demonstration sometime around 11 p.m. He says they did not give them their tacit approval, but they can also not stop them, because they have also done their part to get that road fixed, and it looks like nothing has been done to salvage the situation, Aisha.
Let me have you hold Maxwell and speak with Clement Nilamte Wilkinson, who is the Chief Executive for the West Municipal Assembly. He joins us via phone. Good afternoon to you. We appreciate your time on the Pulse.
Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon, madam.
The situation in your area, in the Manhean area, doesn't look pleasant at all. Are you not worried yourself?
I'm very much worried about it. The road is very bad, as you know. This road has been there years, and nothing is going on there. As I'm speaking, the road has been given to contract, I think, 3 years back, but nothing has been done about it. And if you look at the roads from Ubeye up to Manhean up to Duman, from the other side, Ubeye up to Sakina, and Sakina up to Duman, then you connect it to Abase, Bokoboko, up to Ablekuma. It is very, 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 very bad. And the truck, the taxi that they are trying that route today decided not to go to work at all. So the community, they came out and then blocked the road with this side, and you can't cross to the other side, which is very bad today. So I have to move my team to that area, and we went there, listened to them. We were able to calm them down, and I think as I'm speaking, the taxi drivers and the truck drivers are calm now, and they start working.
And what have you done about it so far? It doesn't look like it's ending. It doesn't look like it's getting any better.
Yeah. As you are saying, I told them something about how the road, the condition of the road. From tomorrow, I've told them that at least we have to do something about the road. Now is a rainy season, which we can't do much about it. So we have promised them that at least by tomorrow we can try the road and get them a smooth driving on it. But we promised them from 2 weeks, 2 months or 3 months, about then we can do something about it.
But the residents are saying that they were promised during elections that this road will be fixed. Why are the roads still in this bad shape?
Those people who promised that the road will be fixed, they didn't do it. As I said, the road was given, the contractor started the work about 3 years back, and they stopped. But when it was election time, they came out and said, we are going to construct the road. Even they have a book that they have put some, they have drawn the road inside and said, they have tied the road, they have done everything, blah, 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 blah. As we speak, if you are there and somebody told you that this road has been tied 5 months back, it's a lie. But as I said, I resumed work last week, and we have to do something about it. We don't have to look back, but rather move forward.
What explanation have you had from the contractors for this delay?
Yeah, I talked to the contractor today, and the contractor, she was trying to tell me something about the debt. The government is owing him a lot, and she has to be paid before she can do something about the road. And as I'm speaking, the people there, based on what we are saying, that we have to be paid or blah, 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 blah. But our concern is at least we have to do something about the road. So I talked to the contractor, and I'm just pleading with her that from tomorrow, at least she has to do something about it for me and my people around.
Have you approached the urban roads, and what explanations have they given to you?
Sure. Today I talked to them, and even I went there with one of the engineers, and they were saying that they are owing a lot on that road. That is why the construction of the road is not going on. But as we said, at least we have to do something for them. We can't go back and be asking more questions about how come. But we know at least we have to do something for them. So I talked to them today.
So how soon, how long are the people there supposed to endure this? How much more time do you need to fix this problem?
We said by this week, by the end of Friday at least, we should have solved the problem for them. By the end of this Friday, we should solve the problem for them.
End of this Friday?
Yes, at least they are going to get a smooth driving there.
All right, many thanks to you. Clement Nilamte Wilkinson is the chief executive for that area. You heard him, and if this is what he's been telling them over and over again, it doesn't look like this thing is going to end anytime soon.
Maybe, I mean, we should perhaps give him the benefit of the doubt and, you know, wait and monitor the situation and see if really Friday, by Friday they would have fixed the road, because the residents are vowing not to stop with agitations until something is done to the roads there.
Does this look like a road that can be fixed in 4 days?
Well, maybe if they get some earth moving machines, yes, we can get the leveling for, you know, the smooth commute and the smooth ride for the time being. But I think it's going to take a long time for them to finish, you know, asphalt it and all of that. But for now, the short-term solution would be getting earth moving machines there to level it a bit, you know, to make it smooth. Because honestly, if you are driving there, when we're going there, actually, I had my, you know, tummy like turning upside down, and I don't know how pregnant women are able, you know, to do it.
Because if you listen to the
and you get down,
lost her pregnancy,
you get up from the car and you feel pains all over, like in your joints. It's terrible.
Thank God you are here in one full piece.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, Maxwell Agbagba. But still to come on the pulse, work has begun for the new block at the new mother and baby unit of the Komfanoche Teaching Hospital, as First Lady Rebecca Kufuor cast a sword for the project. You know, all the noise we've been making, all the funds we've been raising for this project. We'll tell you more about this when we return from the break.
This new maternity.